This is Jessica Davis Ortwein, and I have Paveet Bali here. He's with the Paveet Bali team, Coldwell Banker Hearthside. So Paveet, tell us a little bit about yourself, how long you've been in the business.
Oh, wow. It's been a long time. I mean, it's been about 10 years. I got started in real estate, really love what I do. I love helping people find the right property when they're looking for a home, and selling their property too when they're looking to downgrade, move to a different state. It really gives me joy because I'm helping these people with the next chapter in their life, and it's not an easy thing to do. People that have bought homes and sold homes know that it takes a lot of effort and energy. So yeah, I've been doing that for a while now.
So you've seen a lot in the last 10 years, right? And 2025 was an interesting year. 2024 was an interesting year.
Sure thing.
So where do you feel 2026 is going to go?
You can't really predict the future, but what I'm hearing, what I'm seeing, I feel like if the job market holds and inflation holds where it is, the feds might not change the rates. So do you want to keep waiting? Or if you're ready to buy now, I would say now is a good time. January, February, usually inventory is low. More people are out there to take your offer. There are some properties that have been sitting on the market. If you're thinking really honestly to buy and you're ready, you have that down payment ready, now is the time to buy, especially if you're looking for a good deal. So I feel like they're not going to change much. I feel like maybe you might see something closer to like May, June, July. See maybe then, if it all depends on the job market and how that holds and how the inflation
interest rates.
So
I think for people who are prepared now, who have, who are pre-approved, they have their down payment, we structure the loan properly, make sure the payment's within their comfort zone, just if it's there and if it's the house you want, grab it. Because depending on where rates go, of course, if rates come down a little bit, more people are going to want to sell, more people are going to buy, there's going to be more competition. So, if it fits your budget, if it's, if it's a house you want, just jump on it. Yeah. That's always my...
Those 2.3, 2.5, 2.75 rates are gone. They're not going to come back. And I don't think the rates are even going to go down as low as 4%. We're not going to see that in the next 5 years. It's going to continue in the sixes, maybe, drop down a little bit lower than that. But I don't see, going down to 4%. Not in the next 5 to 10 years.
Would be nice.
That would be nice, for sure.
So with any buyer, what would you recommend they do? So a buyer comes to you, hey, Paveet, we're looking to buy a house. What would their first steps be?
I would look at your budget. What is my budget? Folks are paying for rent, $2,500, $2,300. You really have to look at what can I pay in a mortgage. So getting pre-approved, once you get pre-approved, you got to put down 3% down. That's the minimum down that the bank is asking. On top of that, you've got closing costs and and fees and so forth. So in totality, you're looking at almost 5%, 6% sometimes. So the more money you have, the better chances of you getting pre-approved, and you also getting an offer accepted. So I would say save your money, and then get pre-approved. That's my best advice I can give somebody who's looking to buy them. Yeah, absolutely.
I agree. So speaking of, down payment, if we want to talk a little bit about some of the down payment assistance programs. So being a first-time home buyer, there are programs out there. Even if you're not a first-time home buyer, we do have some programs that, you could own a house right now. You can be second, third, fourth-time home buyer. But there are some programs where the lender will help you with your down payment. So there may be a small payment on that down payment assistance. There's some programs where there's no payment on the down. Sometimes it's forgiven, sometimes it's not forgiven. there's minimum credit score requirements or income requirements. Like all of that is stuff that we look at
Yeah.
when we're pre-approving somebody to, especially if they're a first-time home buyer, don't have a lot of money down.
Yeah.
And again, then there's the closing costs. So
Yeah.
I've seen seller assists come back a little bit, depending on the price range,
Yeah.
depending on the how long the house has been on the market. But that is something going into 2026. The house has been sitting for a little while, or, the buyer may have a down payment, but not a ton for closing costs. It could be a possibility, I guess, to get a little bit of seller assist depending on the
Yeah.
situation.
No, I agree with you. You just got to ask, right? In real estate, it's all about negotiation.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to have a strong agent next to you that's able to negotiate for you. So if there's a property sitting out there, we can get creative and we can get you that down payment assistance. If you're not getting it from, the programs that the government has to offer, we can definitely get it from the sellers,
Yeah.
like in the sense of a seller's assist. And you and I have done deals where the buyer actually qualified for those programs and they bought the house, and there were some stipulations that they had to live there for 2 years, that, if they sold the house after 2 years or within the 2 years, they had to pay that money back. So there are programs that people can take advantage of. And again, there are also sellers that are willing to give sellers assist out there. It's the property, it's the timing, all that matters at the end of the day, right? So again, you've got to work with somebody who knows what they're doing, an agent that's experienced. When you're looking for an agent, right? When you're a first-time home buyer, ask questions like, how many homes have you sold? How long have you been doing this for? Google them. Everything is out there on social media, on Facebook. Look them up. You'll see how active they are, and how many homes they've sold. And if they're from your area, also, you don't want to pick an agent from a different county, doesn't know the area, and they're going to be late to the appointments. You want somebody who's able to, be there on time and write the offers right away for you, those kind of things. So we got to look out for that as well.
And that's why it's important to be prepared, be pre-approved.
Absolutely.
So this way, if you do want to put an offer on a house, especially, in this market, it could be highest and best. The house goes on the market on Friday, it's highest and best by Monday at 5. You go to look at the house Saturday, Sunday, you're not pre-approved, and you have to grab all your documents and get your credit. You definitely want to make sure you're prepared. You're prepared will make a successful offer for sure.
Absolutely. Sellers are looking for pre-approved buyers right now. Even when you're looking to schedule an appointment to go see a home, the questions that are asked: is your client pre-approved to buy a home? No or yes. If they're not, they don't want those people in their home, because why would you want somebody in your home who's not ready to buy? If you were selling your home, why would you want people that are not ready to buy? They're wasting your time. So yes, absolutely, get pre-approved, and then you move from there.
So a couple other things I've kind of noticed, over the last couple years, it's been no home sale contingencies, no appraisal contingencies, no inspection contingencies. Like, the offers you had to put in were basically highest and best, right? The best offer you possibly could. So what I've seen recently with Fannie and Freddie, which is pretty cool, that they're actually waiving appraisals, not all the time. I mean, you can put 10, 20, 30, 40% down. Sometimes we don't get an appraisal waiver, but there are some cases that we do get an appraisal waiver with as little as 10% down.
Oh, wow. That's great.
Yeah. So that's something where, if we have the address, we can run it through the system.
Yeah.
And then you can make that part of your offer, and it makes your offer stronger.
Absolutely. Yeah. You can definitely get very creative. I mean, we didn't have to do it with one of our recent closes we're going to have, but they did qualify for that, because it was based on how much they were putting down, and they were putting down quite a significant amount of money down. So yeah, absolutely, there are programs that you can use that can make your offer look really, really nice, and more, it can stand out than the other offers. The other thing you want to keep in mind is also, if you have family members that are willing to give you gift, money in 10, 20, $30,000, that, you can take that as a gift and put that towards your next home, from your wedding money. If you're getting married and you're getting, I don't know, $200 per person that comes there, that can be money that put down towards the house. So you can get creative, with things like that too.
401k.
So, 401k.
I've seen a
yeah,
lot do
yeah.
a 401k loan because you don't have to count the payment against
Yep,
them.
yep.
So there's tons of ways, and this is stuff again getting pre-approved. We
Yep.
we go over everything in the beginning of the process. How much money you have down, and try to get a little creative, possibly with some products and programs, so on and so forth.
Yep.
So I think that's a good start, Paveet. I
Yeah.
really do. So again, we have Paveet Bali here with the Paveet Bali team, Coldwell Banker Hearthside. We are going to follow up this video with a few other videos in the future, kind of getting a little more specific on some of those first-time homebuyer questions.
Yep.
So please look out for those.
Thank you. Thank you for
Thanks.
having me
You're
over.
welcome.
Yep. Yep.